Have you ever felt like the world was closing in on you? Like your chest was tightening, your thoughts were spiraling out of control, and your breath was slipping away from you? If so, you are not alone. What you may have experienced is something called a panic attack, a powerful, overwhelming wave of fear and anxiety that can strike out of nowhere, leaving even the calmest mind lost in a whirlwind of chaos and confusion. Today, on Behind the Thought, we're delving deeper than ever into the psychology, biology, and lived experience of panic attacks. What causes these sudden episodes? Why do they happen so unexpectedly? And perhaps the most urgent question of all, how can we regain a sense of calm and control when everything inside us feels like it's falling apart? Let's begin with the essentials. A panic attack is defined as a sudden onset of intense fear or acute discomfort that peaks within minutes. These episodes often come with a blend of both mental and physical symptoms. Psychologically, people may fear dying, going insane, or completely losing control. Physically, they may experience heart palpitations, chest pressure, dizziness, shaking, nausea, numbness, or chills that crawl along the skin like ice. But here's what's most important to remember. Although panic attacks feel terrifying, they are not dangerous. While most panic attacks subside within 10 to 20 minutes, the sensation can be so intense that even a brief episode feels like it drags on endlessly. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm, with your heart racing and breath shallow, unsure when the skies will clear. This is the reality for many during a panic attack. So what's going on beneath the surface? It all starts in the brain specifically. In a small almond-shaped region called the amygdala, this part of the brain acts like an internal alarm system, scanning for potential threats and sending urgent alerts when danger is detected. When the amygdala believes you're in harm's way, it activates your sympathetic nervous system, launching your body into what's known as the fight or flight response. Your heart starts pounding, blood flows to your limbs, breathing accelerates, and adrenaline courses through your veins. But here's the twist. During a panic attack, this internal alarm goes off even when there's no real danger. It's like someone pulling the fire alarm in a calm, empty building, loud, urgent, and completely disconnected from reality. Why does this happen? That's the tricky part. There isn't a single answer. Panic attacks can be triggered by a wide range of factors, from chronic stress, unresolved trauma, specific phobias, to major life changes or even inherited genetic traits. For some people, a panic attack might be an isolated event. For others, they may become a recurring pattern, leading to panic disorder, a condition where the fear of having another attack becomes a trigger in itself, creating a vicious cycle of anxiety and avoidance. But here's the empowering truth. You are not powerless. Understanding panic attacks is the first step toward healing. The next step, just as important, is learning how to manage and gradually reduce their impact. While panic attacks can feel overpowering, there are practical, science-backed tools that can help you reclaim your sense of safety and calm even in the middle of the storm. Let's explore several techniques that have helped countless individuals navigate through these difficult moments. 1. Grounding techniques when panic strikes. Your mind often detaches from the present moment. One powerful way to bring yourself back is the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding method. Name 5 things you can see around you, 4 things you can physically touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This simple yet effective technique engages your senses and helps pull you out of the spiral of panic by anchoring you to the here and now. Imagine grabbing onto something solid as the emotional winds swirl around you. This is what grounding does too. Deep breathing. Hyperventilation is a common and unsettling symptom during panic attacks. It disrupts the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in your body, intensifying feelings of dizziness and fear. To counter this, try structured breathing. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold that breath for another count of 4, and then exhale gently through your mouth for 4 seconds. Repeat this cycle a few times. This method not only calms your physical symptoms, but also signals safety to your brain. 3. Cognitive. Reframing. Thoughts can be powerful triggers. When panic takes hold, pause and examine the thoughts running through your mind. Ask yourself, what exactly am I afraid of right now? Is this fear based on fact, or is it my anxiety creating a false alarm? Creating this moment of reflection can help separate irrational fear from reality, giving you just enough space to take back control. Think of it as stepping out of the storm for a brief moment to check the weather. For mindfulness and meditation. Regular mindfulness practices, such as meditation, gently train your mind to stay rooted in the present. Over time, this builds psychological resilience and reduces the frequency and severity of panic attacks. Though it may not offer instant relief, consistent practice rewires your brain's response to stress. It's making it easier to remain calm when anxiety creeps in. Even just a few minutes a day can begin to shift how your mind relates to fear. 5. Professional help. Sometimes, the most effective path to healing includes reaching out for support. Therapies like cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT) are highly effective in helping people recognize and change unhelpful thought patterns, gradually reduce avoidance behaviors, and build a healthier relationship with fear. In some cases, medication prescribed by a healthcare provider may also be a helpful addition. You don't have to walk this journey alone. Support is available. But above all else, you must remember this truth. There's absolutely no shame in experiencing panic attacks. You are not broken. You are not weak. You're simply human, responding to stress in a way that many others do. And most importantly, you are far stronger than your fear. Millions of people across the world have walked this path, battling fear one step at a time and finding peace on the other side. What united them wasn't some kind of extraordinary strength, but rather the courage to face the fear head-on and keep going. Even when their hearts were pounding and their legs felt like jelly, let us share a true story that illustrates this. Transformation Anna, a young elementary school teacher, began suffering from panic attacks after surviving a serious car accident. Her world slowly shrank first, avoiding highways, then social events, and eventually, even leaving the house alone became unbearable. She felt like a prisoner inside her own life. But through therapy, patience, and the unwavering support of her family, Anna began to confront her anxiety with compassion instead of resistance. She practiced grounding, challenged her fearful thoughts, and gradually expanded her comfort zone. Today, she drives herself to school every morning. She still feels nervous sometimes, but she is no longer immobilized by fear. As she puts it, "I'm not fearless now. I'm just not afraid of fear anymore." This is the mindset we hope to pass on to you. Panic may knock on your door, but it doesn't get to live in your home. Behind every panic attack is a story, and behind every story is a human being trying to survive. If that's you, if you're in the thick of it, gasping for air, heart pounding, searching desperately for something to hold on to, please know this. You are not alone. You are not broken. You are not failing. You're a human being navigating something incredibly difficult. And more than anything, you are worthy of support, of healing, and of hope. Reach out, even when it feels hard. Talk to someone you trust, a friend, a therapist, a family member. Let your voice be heard, even if it shakes. Write in a journal, even if the words don't make sense at first. Step outside and let the sunlight touch your face. Give your body what it needs: rest, food, hydration, gentleness. These may seem like small things, but small steps are still steps. And each one is part of your journey forward. Healing doesn't follow a straight or predictable path. Some days will feel like progress. Others may feel like you're slipping back. But every breath you take, every moment you choose to keep going, is living proof that you're still here, still fighting, still trying. That's strength. That's courage. Let this video be more than just words on a screen. Let it be a quiet, steady reminder that no panic attack defines who you are. It's a moment to surge, a wave, but it will pass. You, however, remain. You are not your anxiety. You are the one enduring it. And you are the story. And the story isn't over yet. From Behind the Thought, we want to thank you truly for trusting us with your time, your attention, and your mind. If this message reached you, if it stirred something inside you, we ask only one thing: share it. Because you never know who's quietly fighting their own invisible battle. Silently hoping to hear the words, "You're going to be okay." Take a deep breath. Feel it move through you. You're doing better than you think.